Hi everyone and welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. Today I'm reviewing the Nevenoe 4K HD camera. This one here. It comes with a lot of accessories and I've taken a photograph of the different accessories, so I won't go through them, but they're different types of mounting bracket, and of course it comes with a waterproof case. A few days ago I released a video of a ride I did when I wanted to test the camera in all the different resolutions, and I set the camera to 1080p at 30 frames per second, and that is the video I released of the ride I did. I'm very impressed with it. For the price, in South African rands it was 860 rand. It worked very well. The 4K resolution was a bit jerky. The image isn't fluid, so maybe not best at that resolution. I was using a 16GB SD card in the camera when I was filming, and I managed to film 1 hour and 6 minutes with that card. It was at different resolutions, so maybe you could get more video on that card if you used it at low resolution. It is very easy to change the settings of the camera. There is a video included here that shows you how to make all the adjustments. You can do this on the camera, or you can do this via an app which you download onto your phone, which makes it very easy to set up the camera to see where it's shooting. So if you're using a chesty mount, you can make sure that you're getting the shot that you want. The sound recording isn't the best. As you will see, if you watch the previous video I did using the camera, when I was riding at speed you could only just hear what I was saying, but I would say that all sports cameras would probably suffer from that problem unless you used an external microphone. But it is acceptable. I'm hoping the sound quality is quite good on this Nevenoe Ultra HD camera. Okay, let's go. I use bike radar when I'm on the road. Road from the mines where I live. It's nice organisation. The recording time of this camera is over 2 hours, and this was shooting in 1080p at 30 frames per second. The charging time is just over 2 hours and 20 minutes. The manual that came with the camera is not as well written as the previous Nevenoe camera that I reviewed. So here is the Nevenoe 4K Ultra HD camera. On the front you have a mode button, and you've got a small screen that gives you details of the battery and which mode you're in. To the side there is an HDMI output, so you can link it directly to your television. And there's a USB connector, so you can connect it to your computer. And this is where the micro SD card is. I had problems getting that micro SD card into there, so when I downloaded the videos that I took for this video, I used the cable and linked it directly to the computer. It was slow, but they downloaded fine. On the back you have the nice screen. This side you've got an up and down button, and at the top an OK button. Now to power up the camera you do a long press of the mode button and you'll get a jingle, and there we go. It remembers the last mode the camera was in, the resolution mode, so this is on 1080p at 30 frames per second. If you want to change the mode of the camera, you hit the mode button at the front and it will take you to photograph. then to a slow speed setting, which I haven't used, and then to play any of the videos or show any of the pictures you've got on the SD card, and then to settings. And then we go back to the camera mode, video mode. You can see on the front of here, it shows you which mode you're in, which is video recording. Then it shows you there is an SD card in the camera. It shows you the battery level, which is on 2 at the moment. It shows you it is recording, it will record sound, and it's showing you the date and the time. If you want to change the settings of your camera, that's good. The camera has got an automatic system to shut down after you can set the time period. This is useful, I think, for battery life, so that when you're out filming, it shuts itself down. Now, to get it to come back on again, just hit the OK button. If you want to change the settings, you do a short press on the mode button and cycle through, and you'll come to settings. Then you say OK. So this shows you what resolution you're shooting in, that you're recording sound, and then you can choose to have time lapse, loop recording, and the slow motion settings. Okay, if you want to move on to the next settings, just click the mode button again, and you'll go to the photos, where you can set up your photo, different resolutions and different options that you have. Another click of the mode button, and this is where you can go in and set up the exposure, the white balance, where you turn on the Wi-Fi, image rotation, so if you happen to have your camera in a chesty mount and it's upside down, you can obviously rotate the image. You've got driving mode, which I assume is to use if you're using the camera as a dash cam in your car. And you can, but this is set up for live source frequency, so you can change it. I think it's 50 Hertz and 60 Hertz. And there's your settings for auto saver at 30 seconds, and all the other options that you have for the camera. If you click the mode button again, you're going to go into the settings, where you can set up English, your language, the date, time, format. You can reset to factory settings, and the firmware version. Now, the firmware, when you connect your camera to the app of your phone, if there is a firmware update, it will automatically tell you it's there, and then it will download it and install it. When I set the camera up, it didn't come up with any firmware upgrades, so I assume it is up to date. Then you do the mode button again, and you'll come to the X, and you push OK, and you will come out. To start shooting a film, you just click the OK button, and you'll see at the bottom it's showing you how many seconds it's filmed, and it's got a blue light flashing there. Now, I was hoping that the little LED there would flash as well, but it doesn't. So when I had the camera in the chesty mount, I couldn't see that it was filming, so that was a little bit awkward. To stop filming, just click the button one more time. And that's the basics of this little camera. It's actually very good. I think it's an excellent little camera. Oh, by the way, also on the front you can see the time. You can see that there is a card in the camera. The battery life is, there's 2 bars left, and what mode you're in. To be able to connect your camera to your mobile phone, you need to download this app. It's called the XDV app. The instructions to where to get the app from is included in your manual that comes with the camera. To connect your camera to your mobile phone via the app, you need to hit the mode button until you get through to the settings screen, push OK, then use the mode button and go to the options, and then move down to Wi-Fi, and then say OK. Now the camera is set in Wi-Fi mode. You then go to your mobile phone, you go to your mobile phone and go into your settings, and the action cam will appear. Now I've already set this up. The password is pretty simple, it's in the instructions. Once your camera is connected, go to your app and you'll see that it will automatically start previewing. There we go. So you can now change all your settings. You can see on this screen that it says what resolution the camera's in, and you can do all the settings that you would do on the camera, you can do here. So this is obviously useful when you are setting up the camera on a chesty, so where you obviously can't see the screen, but then you can set your view of what the camera is recording correctly. I had a problem with the first Nevenoe camera, the 1080p one, where you couldn't do that because there was no Wi-Fi in it. So it's a bit hit and miss to get it to be filming what you wanted it to do. It's quite interesting. There's not much lag between what the camera sees and it appearing on the screen of your mobile phone. I have noticed with my GoPro 3 that can actually be, there can be quite a bit of latency there. It takes a while for the image to reflect what it's seeing. So this is quite good. The app is easy to use, and it's quite an asset to have this to be able to make the adjustments you need on your camera. In summary, if you're looking for a budget sports camera, then I would recommend the Nevenoe 4K Ultra HD camera. In the 1080p 30 frames per second resolution, it gives a very acceptable image. The camera is very easy to use, and if you download the app, you can easily do all the adjustments you need to on the camera. Piece of barbed wire. Get that out of the trail. for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Happy riding. Bye for now. Hi everyone, Bill from the future. I realised that in 4K mode the camera wasn't recording the audio. But when I went to check, I realised I must have by mistake turned the audio off. I turned the audio back on and it is actually working fine now. You will see from the first part of the video that I mentioned that the 4K video was jerky. But I got to thinking, hang on, maybe it's to do with the micro SD card I'm using. When I checked the 16 megabyte card, I realised it's only an HC1 with a category 4, so it only can write at 4 megabytes a second, so it's far underclassed for recording 4K. Then I switched over to my other card, which is a U1, which writes at 10 megabytes per second. This one did film better, but it is a bit, the image is still a bit jerky. This is the image that you're watching now. So it will be interesting for me to try and get hold of a better class of card to give this camera a fair chance of recording 4K. But in the other resolutions, it's absolutely great. So I'm sure it actually is okay in 4K. Thanks.